Hi, and welcome.
I'm Z,
And I'm Keith.
and we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we add humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show.
So I guess Chris Sarandon's a pretty cool guy.
Kalimas at Bahar. What's your evidence?
What does that mean?
Present your case. It means I feel better now.
Oh, good. Now that you've...
I just picked one.
Okay.
Thanks for ruining the mystique.
Sorry. I thought you were reading trivias or something. I was busy.
In a way. Sarandon?
Yeah. Well, he did his own makeup and... I mean, not did all of his own
He was
makeup.
very patient with everyone. I saw a clip of an interview. This channel, I don't know how he gets... I think he's some kind of industry insider, but I hate the name of his channel is Inside You.
Ew. No, thank you.
But he has on all of these Trek people. He has on, horror people. Anyway, I watched a clip of him talking to Chris Sarandon where he was like, I first got this script, and I was like, there's no way I can do a movie called Fright Night. I'm a very important actor.
Wait, and when did Princess Bride come out? That came out
Seen that?
Chris Sarandon? He's Prince Humperdinck.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That's the first thing I knew him from.
I guess me too. I just didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
So does that count? Who cares about the prince?
He just does a really
It
good
had
job.
Andre the Giant. It had Mandy Patinkin, Wallace Shawn,
Yeah.
Elvis,
Yeah.
Billy Crystal, Carol Kane,
Yeah.
Fred Savage, Columbo,
Yep. Peter Fuck.
Peter Fuck.
Man, Wallace Shawn.
I don't even remember who the lady is.
Robin Wright.
Loved her in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's the only thing I know that I've seen her in. Besides
Blade Runner 2049 or whatever.
Oh, great. Who was she in that?
She was, I don't know, his female cop superior.
Great.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember that. That's the character. Now that you said it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. If you want to talk about a movie that everybody loves to love that we love to hate.
Pretty much any movie that's come out in the last 10 years.
Well, fair enough.
Tenet, Blade Runner 2049.
Apparently I'm seeing things about the forthcoming Tron movie.
Oh my God. It's not forthcoming. It's come and been
gone already?
It's done worse than Morbius.
No.
Yeah. It's Jared Leto's worst performing movie.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well done.
Because no one wants to see that shit. No one wants a Tron led by Jared Leto.
Well, it's also apparently just... I don't know how much AI was used in producing it, but it's apparently a missive for AI.
Ugh.
Someone pointed out that, I think this is true. I don't think it has to be an overt script for this to be the case because it happens. It's very familiar, but when George, I was going to say Romero, but it's not George Romero. It's George Miller, who did the Mad Max movies, came out and said, AI is here to stay. Someone pointed out, like, you notice everybody says this phrase?
Yeah.
It's almost like they're getting paid to say it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's also like people will be like, AI, like we can't really change the fact that it exists. And I'm like, that's not
Who said that?
not the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no one's asking that. Like people are like saying, hey, maybe don't put all of your infrastructures into keeping AI running to the extent that people are going to die in real time. Like, I don't know. And everyone's like, okay, but like AI exists. You can't really keep it from existing.
Genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, that's not.
There's no way to stop infinite exponential server growth. Shut the fuck up.
Also, like,
everyone.
The fact that, like, it needs clean, fresh water in order to run. So.
Unlike human beings.
Exactly. So.
Unlike the citizens of Flint, Michigan. Fuck. Every single syllable was a struggle. Wanted to come out of my mouth incorrectly. And did. In the end. Despite, I lost.
I'm so sorry.
Lost that battle.
It was a good instinct to speak up.
Wow. Feels good. Feels like rewarding.
See, I was trying to be.
I know.
I was trying to be encouraging, and as soon as it fell out of my mouth, I said,
"That was a turd."
This is the problem.
Special guest. How's your wife doing?
Jordan Peterson?
Yeah. Isn't she
probably
dying or something?
No, Jordan Peterson is dying. Jordan Peterson is sick.
Same diff.
I saw his daughter like first of all, this is what I said. This is what I said when I announced it in our group chat. I said, today I learned Jordan Peterson has a daughter and has been married.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, no clue, because his daughter was giving a health update and basically like he's non-functional and like has like is like close to death, and but she said it's a spiritual attack. They believe it's a spiritual attack, so like prayer will get him out of it. So I'm like, ooh, this man gonna die. He's gonna die dead.
I don't know. Or it's or he's taking a page out of the televangelist playbook. You know?
But I mean, he hasn't been seen.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't and he's been hospitalized. But she said part of, and this part is where I'm like, why is he the only one suffering from this? She said that they believe it's from long-term mold exposure.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm like, what? How does a single person get that? What is he doing? What is he doing? That's your...
Well, that's what killed Brittany Murphy. And this podcast. He's just been staying at J.K. Rowling's.
I still can't get over the fact that Emma Watson or whatever was like, we should extend love for everyone. And J.K. Rowling was like, what a dumb fucking cunt. And
good.
Like, what the fuck? Trying to be kind and loving. This is the thing. Thing. When white people are like, love conquers all. And it's like, no, actually, fighting does really well.
I can't.
Fists do a better job.
I really can't. Yeah, I can't get over that psychological job that's been done on all of us here in the Imperial Core about how kindness. Whoa. I'm really having to undo a lot of. It's been 5 years of me being like, no. And I'm still have to struggle with, the training of
Yeah.
the indoctrination of
Love.
you got to be nice to everybody.
Yeah, I do believe that there is like, I do believe that like consideration and caring about people is a radical act in this time, like in the sense of like,
I don't want to make those blanket statements,
listen though to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm talking about extending care to people who have less than you, no matter what you have.
Yes,
extending
always.
care,
Yes.
right? But that's what I'm saying. That's like, period. But those are never the people that people are talking about
Correct.
showing love to, and that's the thing. People are always like, love. Like, like people will talk about like billionaires, and it's like, no, fuck billionaires. We don't need to be
If
nice
I were
to
your
them.
mother.
And they'll be like, if we just hugged everybody into it's like, shut the fuck up. This isn't gonna do anything. Like, the kindness that you need to be extending to are for people who don't receive it, which are the people who, to you, are invisible.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you don't understand the thing that you're saying. Like there's no consideration of like being, like, I try to be kind to people who, like, I try to be mindful and be kind to people, even if I'm like, I mean, it's depending, but like, if someone's like shitty to you, if someone's like, you're like on the phone with someone and they sound shitty, I'm
Sure.
like, what? But this is the thing. I'm like, I'm not going to be the reason why if they want to act shitty, I'm always going to be in this, because if you're going to talk down to me while I'm on the phone with you, you don't know me. I'm not being mean to you. And if someone's listening in, you're going to get in trouble for being an asshole.
Uh-huh.
Or it'll make them start being nicer to me. And either of those is fine with me.
Yeah.
But, so like there are times when it's like, yes, you can like weaponize your kindness in a way that's like self-preserving, but not damaging to other people. But like, people aren't, the people who preach kindness is always the answer are the same people that are going to not give a homeless person money because they're just going to use it for booze or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, okay.
Or argue for empathy towards someone they have never met, will never meet.
Right. Yes.
Over.
Yes.
Someone they interact with on a daily basis.
Right. And they'll be like, you have to treat like someone like J.K. Rowling's with kindness.
Right.
It's like, that's great. You want to take that energy and advocate for there to not be spikes on the street so that homeless people can't sleep?
Yeah.
That's like a modicum of like, that's some put niceness out there. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Fright Night.
Well, no, I want to say further that like, I know this is opening a can of rabbit holes, but it's this thing that happens that white liberals do.
Oh, yeah.
Where it pretends all things are equal.
Yep. Yes.
Which they are not.
Correct.
And to act as though they are is to do a violence.
Yes. One.
A structural, to uphold a structural violence.
Yes.
Let's say.
Yes.
So,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Don't waste your time on assholes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I don't relate to people who, I understand. Okay. Yeah, I'll stop there.
Yeah.
I do actually want to talk about the movie, believe it or not.
I believe you do. I was a little bit worried at first because I was like, how are we going to get
From
any
A to B?
movie? No, because like he like assumes the guy's a vampire immediately.
Yes.
And like in the first act, he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you right now. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how are we going to have 2/3
yeah,
of the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
left.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is going to be going on? So I was a little worried at first. I was like, oh my God. Because I know, like, I had watched the remake of Fright Night. And when I say watched, I mean tried to. And was so bored, I'm pretty sure I stopped watching it or just didn't pay attention while it played because I was so disinterested in
Who's
it.
in it?
David Tennant.
That's
I know.
Is that why you watched it?
No.
Does he play the Peter Vincent?
Yes, he does. I was just not. It just wasn't. I'd be interested to rewatch it because I didn't.
Oh, Anthony Yelchin, Colin Farrell.
Oh shit. Maybe it is David Tennant, right? He's in there, right? Or am I?
He is. Yeah,
okay,
right.
okay. Because
Farrell is the vampire.
okay.
Yelchin is Toni Collette.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, she's the mom. I think.
The mom. Imogen Poots.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Dave Franco.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I have trouble sometimes, or have in the past, have trouble with there's vampire lore and people who, like the Peter Vincent character, that kind of thing can be a negative for me. Like, I'm pretending to be a vampire hunter, and then when confronted with a real vampire, they're like, vampires aren't real. That's just what you see in the movies.
Okay.
I'm like, oh. Not that specific trope, but I mean, like, the thing of, like, sort of like the Chris Angel mind freak. Like, I'm making the character that's, like, making a name for themselves on being extreme.
Yeah.
But the extreme is, like, milquetoast fake. And you're like, I don't... Like, Chris Angel, I have watched Chris Angel perform. Like, I went to a Chris Angel show when I lived in Vegas.
Magic.
Yes. And it was ridiculous. Like, I was, when I tell you, I was in the theater screaming with my best friend at the time. We were screaming and hollering. We were, like, crying, laughing because it was so bad. It was like he literally gets electrocuted in the show and then gets paddled back to life. And we were like, oh my fucking God.
Which already doesn't make any sense. How is the thing that killed you going to bring you back to life?
Exactly. But it's like, but this happens at his wedding.
I drown, so you should pour water on me.
Right. But did you hear what I just said?
His wedding.
Yeah. He gets married in the show and gets electrocuted.
Does that happen every show?
Yes. This is... So, like, anytime there's a character like that, I am like, look, I've seen it for real, so I'm not interested in that as like a trope of a character, like the Chris Angel trope.
I get you.
Specifically post Chris Angel, when
it's
people
like,
know that they're directly referencing the Chris Angel mind freak shit.
Right.
And
it's like when SNL parodied that ICP song about magnets. And I'm like, why? You're not.
yeah.
You're not adding anything.
Yeah.
It's already comical in itself, and that's the.
Right.
But that's the only reason you're interested in it.
Yeah.
So for you to try to do it, and
so that was what made it like less interesting for me to want to watch it, because it was like very clearly directly referencing Chris Angel.
So that in the remake, the
so,
Vincent Peter Vincent character is
it's
doing
like
that. Okay.
And so that is like a less interesting thing to me, because I'm like, I know what you're doing and I get it, but it became such a big trope.
Updating it for modern audience.
It became such a trope at the time, and I was like, I get it, but like I live in Vegas and like Chris Angel films here, and like it's shit that I see all the time. I'm not really into the let's make fun of this thing that's so overplayed and overdone where I am already. So I was a little worried that that's how I was going to feel. But, like, immediately, like, his character is so different in this. And it was so much more interesting as a character and as an actor and the way he performed it. So I was like, oh, okay, like, this isn't. So I was like, oh, God, I hope I don't find it boring in the same way that I did.
Right.
And so, but I didn't. And it was a very different, like
approach.
Yeah. Than
Vibe.
what? Yeah. And I don't think personally, like there were a few things that didn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't make sense for me,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't like they weren't like that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole like you have to have faith thing, I was like, I'm already out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like it only works like only for him you have to have faith, but it works for everyone else. And I'm like, this is silly and doesn't make sense because
It also doesn't say faith in what?
exactly. I'm like, well,
That it will
they
work?
do have faith that it's going to work.
Right.
So I don't, you know. So that part, I was
Well,
like,
it eventually works on Peter Vincent. Why do I want to do it that way? Peter Vincent, he uses the cross on
Vincent
Ed.
Price. Yeah. On Ed. No, that's what I'm saying. He can, that's what, like, Chris Sarandon says, only on him you have to have faith.
Oh, I see.
And that's why it only works when the boy does it, when Charles does it, but not when Peter Vincent does it. Peter Vincent? Oh,
Got you doing it.
because anyway.
It's Peter Vincent.
Yeah. So that part I was like, this is like, these are those rules that are like, they came up with them later to explain why they had written something a little bit, you know, why they,
Maybe, yeah.
and they're like, oh, we'll just say that, you know, or like they made those the rules so that it would be like scarier, like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm like, this is silly. Like it would make more sense if he was like, I would have to have faith for that to work on me. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, so yeah, like you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, so that's
I
why
never
it
thought
only
about that.
right. And I'm like, oh, like if he that makes sense. Like he wouldn't, you know.
A Catholic vampire is
Yeah.
an interesting idea.
And but that would also make sense as to why like a newer vampire.
Hey, remember
would be,
the Pope's Exorcist?
oh my God. But it would make sense as to why it would work on a newer vampire, but not an older vampire, because a new vampire would still have like their, you know,
Right.
they wouldn't
What
have
they brought.
unlearned their,
Their humanness.
yeah. So, you know, it would be like, oh, okay, that's an interesting concept or whatever. And then, oh, there was something else. I don't remember. Oh, the fact that like, they were like, did they say, now this was something that I was fully convinced that I had right. And then I convinced myself that I didn't have it right.
Okay.
The girl, it was like, Chris Sarandon in the movie, his character had to be killed before sunrise.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't remember what they state, but that clearly is what happens, right?
Well, that's what I thought they said. Like, he has to be killed before sunrise, or she will turn forever, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's very clear that the sun has risen.
I think it's more colloquial than an actual, Archer.
Yeah. But I'm just like, that sort of thing. I'm like, don't say something if you don't like
mean it.
You know, if you're not going to be like, you have to, if you're saying it has to be before sunrise and you're using sunlight to kill him.
Well, maybe it's more about he has to be safely in his coffin with the soil from his homeland after the sun comes up. Because they do. Peter Vincent gets in his way when he tries to run for his coffin.
Yeah, but that's because he's going to be safe.
Yeah.
In his coffin.
Right.
But he's going to be safe. I don't think it has anything to do with her. Like, he's just
It's also like they just pulled that. Charlie that says that? Who says that? I don't remember, but it's like, or even if it's Peter Vincent, it's like, you're just guessing because at one point,
he says,
Peter Vincent says, well, everything from the movies seems to hold true.
He says, no, I think at some point, I'll try to find it, if you give me a movie. I'll try to find it, but at some point, he said he gives him a steak. Like when he
gives who?
Chris Sarandon gives Charles a steak.
Okay.
And he says, you're going to need that before sunrise.
Oh, yeah. Right. When he leaves her when he leaves Charlie in the room with Amy?
And, yes. And he says, you're going to need that before sunrise. So, or like once sunrise or something like that.
You wanted her. There she is. Here. You're going to need it just before dawn.
So that's where it comes from. And then, so...
yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's stuff that I'm like, ugh, like we don't.
You didn't have to do it. Why'd you put it in there if you're not gonna?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But it's not something that's gonna completely ruin me.
Quicksand for the autistic brain.
Which is something that's gonna like make me like. It's not gonna be like, oh, this movie's ruined for me.
Yeah.
But it's like something that I was like, why you do?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Right.
Because like in some vampire lore films, like in Lost Boys, like all you have to do is kill the OG vampire or whatever, and then the people who have been turned,
they all revert.
Yeah.
Who's the OG? And the guy that's dating.
Right. Yeah.
Is it Diane Wiest?
Yes.
Okay.
So like
I got a Wiest infection.
Yeah. So like it's one of those things where like you could have easily said one thing,
Right. Totally.
And also like the fact that
I feel like that's a very 80s thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that did bother me a lot about the movie that I'm like, what the fuck is that like Ed full on, like his death, so much time is dedicated to him slowly fucking dying. Peter Vincent is crying.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing. Charles doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even ask about it. And at the end, he's just like, oh, Vincent, silly guy. What a silly guy. And he's like, oh, everything's back to normal. And I'm like, your BFF was murdered in your fucking house. And chill. Don't give a shit.
That's a good point.
Your naked, bloody friend, it was on the floor in your foyer. And you're just like, I'm glad things are back to normal. And I was like...
Maybe we can finally have sex.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Okay. My top hated things. Just kidding. That's a quote from... that's language from my favorite Professor Brothers. My top hated things are... I'm always bringing... No, I'm always coming to fucking Crossroads. I bring my knocks.
Let's talk about real shit. For instance, here's some real shit about me. I once came to a crossroads in my life, just like you right now. I'm always coming to fucking Crossroads, but I'm prepared. I bring my knocks. No biggie.
Well, first I'll say that I thought there were I was surprised. There's some really interesting ideas.
I agree, yeah.
And, the brain can't help but think of ways you'd want it better. Or mine.
Yeah.
Mine, the brain, can't help that.
You want it better.
You want it better. You want to get pumped. Like, firing nonstop during Pumpkinhead. I was like, ooh, this is... But it's like, because there's interesting ideas.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to talk about some of those, but first I'll say I felt so weird, and it wasn't maybe for the most obvious or the reasons that you might suspect, but all the time and whatnot given to Jerry Sarandon's vampire seducing Amy or whatever, none of that felt interesting or good or sexy or...
I thought the dance was kind of hot.
Really?
Yeah. But it's just because of age gap. That's my own effed up cross to bear.
Yeah, I don't know what to chalk it up to. It's just...
I just liked...
I think... Maybe it was like... I felt like... I thought Sarandon did a great job, but I felt like that character isn't... And most of the characters aren't enough of a character.
Yeah.
Which is one of my shortcomings.
No, I know
One
that.
of the things that bothered me about the film.
Yeah.
Or that
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're so close to...
Yeah.
I mean, overall, thought it was pretty great.
Yeah.
I liked it way more than I expected to.
Yeah.
I thought... And then... I think I may have watched this before. I had no memory of it, except that we started watching it, and I flashed on a scene that wasn't exactly... It didn't happen in this movie the way it was in my memory, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But very similar. So, but vampire movies, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So... Yeah, I thought... Something that I thought was very funny... But I thought it was effective in the fact that it was something that I was so hyper aware of and irritated by. And then when it changed, I was like, yeah, I see what you did there. So Amy's like, from the first scene, I was like, what the fuck is going on with her hair? I was like, why are we doing her hair like she's in preschool? Like, what the fuck? Like, she has like a little ribbon tied over like a tuft of hair like on the side of her head, and she's like, I'm ready to have sex, and I'm like, not with that hair, girl, no. And then like, it's just the way that her hair is styled.
Stayed.
The way that her hair is styled throughout, I'm like, this is like the hair of like a much younger child. This is, and they did good because she was
or
like
a much older lesbian.
No, not at all. Nope. No. The fact that she was like, oh, I was 26 when I filmed that, I was like, never would have thought that, because truly, I was like, this is a child. Like, it was so effective and irritating. And when they're like in the, like, her outfit, the way that she's dressed, when they're going, like, on the night that they go to, when they go to, what is it, Jerry? When the three of them get... When they go to Jerry's house, and then, you know, they all are, like, you know, on his radar, and he's going after them all. It's
when they go to make him drink holy water?
Yeah, it's all one night. From that point on, it's the same night.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
This is why I'm like... She has two huge fucking... like, they're not even barrettes. They're like the claw clips on either side of her head.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid looking. And I was like... fucking hate this. I was like, oh my God. I was like, were they mad at her? I'm like, why are they doing her hair like this? I was like, so fucking bad. The second she's on the dance floor, it's so, and I was like, oh, I get it. I was like, this is so smart. Like, when they're like dancing or whatever, and she like falls on the ground or whatever, and then she gets up, her hair is completely styled, and those clips are gone. It's completely different. She has a completely different, like, her hair is completely different. Like, it's like teased and like not at all the same hairdo.
Totally didn't catch that.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is such a like smart sort of like you're showing us her sexual maturity.
Right.
Like she
right.
And that's what this is. So I was like, I was
which
tooted
is clear.
the
Like,
fuck
I mean,
out. Yeah.
Even I didn't clock that, and
which
is clearly silly of me if it's as dramatic as it sounds. But clearly that was a part of.
Yes.
And I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
At certain times I was like, Would I like this better if it was told from her POV?
Yeah. Right. I think that was something like Charles as a character, not enjoyable.
Who cares?
I was like, don't enjoy you. Not great.
They do everything to make every other character more interesting.
Yes. And they like, I mean.
Which is fine. Like, that could be a useful thing to play with.
I was like, I can't hear myself. Yeah. It's because I'm dumb.
Mom.
I was like, oh my God, I'm muted. I literally took my headphone off. Things that I did like was like, at no point is Charles like jealous or angry with Amy about Chris Sarandon. Like, he full on is making out with her in front of Charles. Like, he's like grinding on her and he's like making out with her at the club. And he's like, get off of her. And he's like punching it, but he's not like, Amy, what are you doing? He's just like, leave her alone.
That's
like,
a good point. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I like this. And like, legitimately, he like took her back to his house. Who knows what happened? I mean, we just see her taking her top off, and he bites her.
Yeah.
And she's all like, go ahead, do it, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And at no point is Charles like, why did she let this happen? Or like, how could this happen? Nothing.
Right.
No. He's like, gotta protect Amy. I have to save Amy, all that shit. And I was like, okay, I like this in the sense of like, at no point are we asked to judge Amy. We are basically being told, hey, this is a hot vampire. Right, like, this is just a hot vampire who's seducing her.
I don't want to be judging Amy.
like you're such an asshole. You're like,
I tried to set you up. I tried to leave it open for you to dunk on that alley-oop that you gave to yourself.
You're like, eyes fully closed. It's one of my favorite things about you. I'm sorry that I bring up
it doesn't
things that
feel
I
like it's one of your
because it's one of those things that like makes my chest hurt because it's so cute. It like makes me want to kick you in the face because it's so adorable. And when you think
already the threshold is so low for wanting to kick me in the face.
It's like the cuteness overload. You're like, and I'm like, like, and it's so hard not to like laugh because it's so enjoyable. And you're always like, oh, I can't believe you like this.
I don't know that you like it. I just feel like you're making fun of me because you can predict it.
Okay, but like, yeah, like we're not being asked to like view her in a negative way at any point. Like, there's no.
Well, at the very beginning, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, like with
in relation to
her being seduced, all that shit. But even so, even in the beginning, when she's like, "Oh, like I don't feel like you're supposed to. You understand why she's literally like, I'm taking my clothes off for you." Right. He's like pushing her to have sex. Right. She's saying no, and then she's like, "All right, let's have sex," and he stops paying attention to her, and she's like, "Wow, you're a fucking asshole."
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, the way this is being played out, it really doesn't feel like you're supposed to fully be on his side. Especially not because it's the beginning of it.
Right.
And you haven't seen, and I mean, yes, you know, there's going to be, you know what you're getting into because you know the movie that you're watching.
Right.
But like, all he's doing is being nosy about the new neighbor. And she's like pissed.
Can relate.
And you're like, yeah. And then, you know, yeah, she starts acting up, but like at the same time, I'm like, he's not giving her any information. Like,
right.
And once he starts to, she's like, ooh, this is probably not great. And her and Ed are like, how do we fix this? How do we get this? So like, I did appreciate that. I'm like, yeah, this is a very interesting, like, I do think that a lot of the characters are like non-characters, you know? And I was really annoyed with her character being so like, you know, like, I'm just a little girl that wants to have sex. I'm like, ugh, what the fuck? But then once that sort of like transition was made, I was like, oh, okay, they were doing something with that. It wasn't just like, we're making her a little girl character.
right. It wasn't
It was supposed to
default.
Exactly. Right. It was supposed to mark.
Arbitrary.
You're supposed to
right.
get a distinct line of this is where she becomes
character arc, sort of. Yeah.
She becomes a woman.
Yeah, read into it.
A little girl is growing up to be a woman.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Hello, children of the night. This is the Vampire Lestats coming to you with another one of the Vampire Lestats Little Nibbles, my vlog, my audio blog. I just got back from tour with my band, the Vampire Lestat. A series of great shows with great crowds in Riyadh and Abu Dhabi and Dubai. But now we've come back home. And I will be doing a video call on a very large screen with my buddy Sven on his podcast, Champagne is Also a Band. While I don't get to participate directly in the local music scene much anymore, it is what raised me. A lot of people think I started out in New Orleans, but we quickly moved to Champaign, where cost of living is a lot cheaper and it's more hospitable to pale faces like myself. Anyway, check me out on Champagne is Also a Band. You should listen anyway, because it's a great podcast. Sven is a great host. He's very gracious with local artists and giving them time and space to talk about their process and what goes into making a healthy, vibrant music scene. In other news, I'm going to be launching a cryptocurrency with my buddy Jonathan Davis. It's called Bitcoin. Get it? It's because of fangs.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say. No.
Oh, okay, cool. My turn. Now that you need to get off the phone, I can cook.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be... I mean, this is a little graphic.
Okay.
But the scene, like, when she's in the... the Marilyn Monroe 7-Year Itch dress, and when he first comes in and she's there and he's like...
Yeah.
Takes his shirt off or whatever.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell what was supposed to be happening. I'm like, is this him supposed to be entering her?
I couldn't tell if he was
because there was like a definite
yeah. I wasn't
something.
sure if he was supposed to be finger banging her.
Right. So in which case, is this meant to be about deflowering?
No, I think it was... I honestly was... So at first I thought it was... I think it's more about his, like... I think you're supposed to get the idea that he's doing maybe some kind of, like, entrancing spell, or not, like he's doing something, with his powers to, like, make her... Because, he's just standing there in the club, and then she, like, walks up to him, and he, And to me, they're indicating that there's sort of, like, he's sort of mind controlling her a little bit, or, like, making her...
Yes.
And so I think that was supposed to be, like, her, like, she's giving up fight. Like she's, like, trying to fight, but, like, she can't fight it. I think I understand, but because, like, there was no other indicator, I don't think that was supposed to be, like, a literal deflowerment. I think it was supposed to be, like, just, it was supposed to be something that was just, it came off weird.
I didn't care for it, whatever it was.
It came off weird. I was sort of like, But, like, because nothing else happened after that, I was like, oh, I don't think that was supposed to mean anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was like, that's why, at first I was like, oh, is this supposed to be like, but then nothing, it was just like, so I was like, oh, I think it was supposed to be an indicator of something that was not as clear.
Yeah.
Like, what was it in, the fucking, oh, what did we watch last week? It was called Sleepwalkers. Yeah, how they were like, we had to make it clear that he sucks the life force from these women, gives it to his mom, and this was our one chance to make it clear. And I'm like, well, you failed.
Fail.
Was not clear at all.
Fail.
So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's sort of like, I'm like, oh, yeah. And sometimes, like, that, especially when there's, like, a movie that's more, like, PG-13 from, like, the 80s, early 90s, there's a lot of, like, oh, we're going to try to emphasize something without saying it. And they do it so fucking badly. You're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be gleaning from this.
Right.
So that's always, like, a very interesting thing that, like, nowadays they'll just be like, he would just be like, I have you under my spell, and that's why you are doing, like, it would just literally be said. He would just be, there would be so much, like, exposition.
I'm now breaking your hymen, which
exactly.
symbolizes my control over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a thing about talking about, like, actually, it may have been Accented Cinema, which is a channel I highly recommend. Talking about how a lot of Netflix movies a lot of the dialogue is like that, where they're just telling you what's going on, and it's because Netflix realized the phenomenon of Netflix and chill.
Yeah,
or just that people put on things to be in the background. So, assuming you're not paying attention, so it's
they're giving you yeah.
Which I remember in the early aughts when I was sort of first really getting into rewatching Trek.
Yeah.
Well, and getting into rewatching was just that on broadcast television, I could watch it at like 1 a.m. TNG would be on, and then there'd be an episode of Voyager or DS9 afterwards or whatever it was. And then The Cosby Show? Very strange syndication choices. But anyway, I remember complaining to Ruth. I'm like, when they're on the bridge, and especially when there's like a battle scene, they tell you everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, that was the height of the whole seduction arc. Feeling really like, I don't know what I'm supposed to read from this other than, the obvious. And I don't care that she looks like his old lover or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Also, they're like, very clearly this is what's happening. And I'm like, they give you one picture.
Right.
I mean, he does say, like, you remind me of someone, I think.
Well, he says it to his manservant, too.
Yeah. But I'm like, honestly,
but it's really tell and not show.
Yeah, but yeah.
That one painting.
You could just be like, I just think she's cool, and I want to fuck with Charlie.
Yeah, and that's way more interesting.
Yeah, and you'd be like, oh, man, that's so fucked up. I hope she gets out of there, because he's just... But if he's like, you remind me of someone who I miss so much, you're like, aw. I mean, not literally, but I mean, like, that's gonna be more of what's... Like, he's not saying, like...
Also, like... To hear that, I'm like, that doesn't make me want to be with you, bro.
He said, somebody told me you look like a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year. Or however that old poem goes.
Quoth the raven.
I'm just referencing Las Vegas all over the place.
Are they from Vegas?
Mm-hmm. That's why they have an album called Sam's Town.
Oh shit! I stayed in Sam's Town.
I used to go to movies
named after your brother.
Yeah, I used to.
I really
Sam's
want.
Town
We
was
can
my
go to the bowling alley. I really wanted to go to the bowling alley in there.
Sam's Town was my favorite place to go see movies because they had. I think they had a Starbucks in there, and you could like and they had like all kinds
really
of
a
food.
town.
It was great. Yeah. I see London. I see I'm not doing the tune right, but they say I see London. I see Sam's Town is like how that
okay.
album. Whatever. So.
One of the bands I get angry at because of their name. I'm like, your music sounds nothing like your name.
Yeah. The Killers. Yeah.
Same beef with the Zombies, honestly.
Sure.
I like their music, but they never talk about zombies or being undead or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
It's false advertising.
That's fair.
The Queers.
Sure.
I don't know. I have no idea. And I guess there's some. Okay, so the ideas I thought were really interesting is the Peter Vincent character. That's
Yes.
a very interesting
Yes.
idea and good for the time, you know?
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, you know, by that time we had Elvira.
Right. Yeah.
Sven Gulli is a guy that I didn't grow up with, but is big
Right.
in the Midwest and East, I think.
Yeah.
I forget where he was based, but he was syndicated.
It's.
What?
I think they do that here.
What do you mean they do it here?
Sven Gulli?
But what do you mean they do it?
I don't know. There's some guy here that has that name, I think. I don't know exactly how local it is, but it's like I think it's like a local access thing. Or whatever the digital age version of that is.
Okay. Yeah. It originated on WFLD in Chicago.
Okay.
I thought he was like Ohio or something. Anyway. So, yeah, this was a fairly common occurrence by the mid-'80s, right?
Right.
I grew up with Elvira, so
Yeah. I think I wasn't allowed to watch her.
I would hope not.
Yeah. You can guess why.
Yeah, because she's...
A lesbian.
Look what happened.
Yeah.
So funny, though. She's the whole package, if you know what
Yeah.
I mean. She's several whole packages. We got to watch her movie.
Yeah, for sure. I've never really seen anything that she's done.
What's one of those things is like Max Headroom. It's like
Yeah.
very hard to describe what it... I mean, she had movie Macabre, so that was a show. But it was like the Peter Vincent... or Fright Night.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. But she would do... I remember this. The one thing I remember was... I don't even remember. I have no idea what the film was, but... you know, it's on a commercial break, and she was like, let's talk about how fast she gets in the bath. You know, there's this character who's like talking to somebody. I don't know if she's on the phone or what. And then it cuts away, cuts back. She's fully in the bath,
Yeah.
bubbles and towel on the head and everything. And they have a little stopwatch in the corner. It's like 30 seconds. It goes through. Slayed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a rich,
For sure. Yeah.
fertile idea. And Roddy McDowell, I don't know if you saw this in the trivia, like, apparently all the trivia entries about him talking about this movie came from one interview he did. But and apparently it was written with Vincent Price in mind
Right.
to play it, but by that time, you know, he was in declining health by the time they started production. But Roddy McDowell's take was like, I wasn't a Peter Cushing or a Boris Karloff. I was a guy who was not very good, but did like 10 of these movies as the same character. So
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
But I think that's why it works in Fright Night and doesn't work as much in the remake of Fright Night, because like the appeal of that sort of like character is much more interesting, because there is going to be they're more humanized than someone that's like, I'm a mind freak. Everything I do is freaky. I'm so freaky. Everything I do is edgy
I'm
and
just
cool.
a boring and obvious fraud.
And it's just like, okay, you're just a guy with eyeliner. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
The character, the richness of character is not going to be the same. Like, you're not going to have the same level of empathy and
the whole thing
the
is
same understanding, and be like, oh, this isn't a person at the top of their game. This is a person who's aging out.
Right.
And that's far more interesting to me than like someone being outed as being like fake when it's just a white dude doing something. Like, no shit, no fucking shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly right. 100%. Well said.
Did you know that Chris Angel isn't actually a mind freak? What? Oh my God.
How freaked is your mind right now?
So I just want to say this.
Yep.
Marissa and I, we liked to, whatever. There was this guy on Twitter who was like shit talking Chris Angel with us, and he was like making fun of the fact that Chris Angel constantly references his dad dying when he was 14.
Right.
And he's just, and like, if we said something about Chris Angel, he'd be like, his dad died when he was 14.
Yes.
And so Marissa and I would just, we would just be like, cause he's got that accent or whatever. And he's like, we would be like, my dad died when I was 14. And so we would just say that to each other all the time. We would just be like,
my dad died in 9/11.
My dad died when I was 14.
It's a Pete Davidson.
And I shit you not. We went to his performance, and like the first thing he says is like, when I was 14, my dad died. And we were like, and it's like this montage with pictures. We're like, fuck! Oh my God. We're like, he really does only mention it. And it's so, oh my God. So like, it's like this one thing that, like, I understand, like it's a big deal, but like, it's also like, we get it. One human thing happened to you, and that's the only thing you have to reference,
it's me.
that you're not.
One non-white thing happened to me. Non-white thing. I'm a pretty normal guy.
I don't know. I think it's pretty white male that your dad just suddenly dies when you're a kid, for like seemingly like just drops dead.
It's pretty white of the dad to do that.
Yeah. I know a lot of white guys
literally
whose dad
deadbeat.
just dropped dead as a kid. So I don't know. I feel like it's
common
pretty
occurrence.
It's pretty white.
Yeah, I was still on Peter Vincent. It also does the thing of, it connects this movie to, I mean, I guess you could say on a superficial level it's just connecting it to fandom, but it connects it to the lineage of vampire films.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And not only, it's also that the kid is watching these old movies. I mean, it's because Peter Vincent is screening them or whatever.
Right.
But, I think that's nice in homage kind of way. Like, I don't know if it's really an homage because...
Yeah.
But I thought that's nice, That's more interesting. And as you were talking about, it's like it gives the character more depth also. Because he's an actor from that time.
Correct. Yeah.
Or from a different time of...
Right.
Filmmaking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it's also like I'm kind of a sucker for that whole like, he's obviously like, I mean, they do the tropey thing of like, he's down on his luck or whatever.
Yeah.
But
he gets fired and evicted the same day, or a notice of eviction.
But what more so like that he's from a different generation
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem to make that big of a difference when they're all together, like when they're all working together. Like that sort of doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I'm always a sucker for that because truly I think that that's like a very good and important lesson, is that like those kinds of things, if you are actually working together, if you are actually listening and respectful of each other, age isn't going to be a factor in respect.
Right.
You know, and I don't know. I like that sort of like, it's not like, it's not just his peers. It's people who are older who he views as like more knowledgeable that he's reaching out to, and they still help him. Like, even though they're less skilled than, you know, they or anyone else realizes, they're still in it to help, you know. And I think, you know, having a flawed character that's like, okay, I know that I played this, but I'm really afraid. But like in the end, he's helping protect these kids. Like the scene when like everything is like going crazy, and Charles, like it's in the basement when everything is like, you know, Chris Sarandon's character, Jerry or whatever, is, you know, actually dying. And so everything just starts exploding everywhere. Yeah. And Charles runs over and like covers Amy. And then Peter Vincent runs over and covers them both. You know? So yeah, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, it's showing you like, so like things like that. I'm just such a sucker for something like that, because I'm like, because I'm like a big proponent or whatever of like found family, and like, and like, you know, people not have like being able to like make mistakes and be like forgiven for that. And, you know, because at first they're all like faking everything out to like convince Charlie that he's not a vampire. And Charlie's like, it's not something that I just think. Like, this dude literally broke into my house and transformed into a vampire in front of me. Like, I'm not making this up. But like, they don't really realize that, you know, how like deep it goes. They just think that he's been looking out the window and made this assumption, you know? So they all like kind of betray him in a way by like literally gaslighting him. Like, they're literally trying to convince him he's crazy. And like, he's just making this up in his head. And then, you know, when they all realize that it's real, and like specifically Peter Vincent.
Is that meta gaslighting?
Peter Vincent like is afraid, and he's really scared, but he knows that like he's the only one left that can help him. Yeah. And like, so he's like, okay. And like, I think his reaction when like Ed dies, I think that was the thing where I was like, oh, this is really a character. Right. You know, this is like, and how he's like just watching him and like, you know, like almost like, you know, he's like reaching his hand out to him, you know, and he's like there for him when he dies, and he's crying about it. And I was like, this is so, like, this is way more of a performance than I thought I was going to get from this movie, from these characters in particular. You know, I knew the guy playing Ed. I was like, he's making choices that are like wild. Yeah. I'm all about it. But I was like, you know.
He started on the stage too, it turns out.
I believe that, yeah. And I think Chris Sarandon working
Jeffries
on this stage. I think like when people, especially when people do like more horror, and they have previous work on the stage, you're going to get something that you wouldn't get normally. And I'm always like kind of excited about that, you know, like, oh, that's whatever. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's one reason I think it's one thing is always in the back of my head if I watch something from like the 30s, like early talkies.
Yeah.
And I swear, there's lots of ways that if I watch a movie from the 30s, I'm like, this reads more contemporary than something from the 40s or 50s.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
possibly even the 60s.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it's always fascinating to me.
Yeah.
No, that scene is surprising. It's impressive several ways. Like, there's so much effects happening.
Yeah, like every time they cut away and cut back,
He's in a
and it's
different
like
stage of-
seconds and just
Yeah.
seconds of him in a different stage
Yeah.
of makeup, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that was insane.
Yeah.
Because there's no 2 frames.
Right.
Not 2 frames, but there's no 2
Scenes.
scenes
Cuts.
2 cuts alike
Yeah.
when he's
Yeah.
transforming. And I was like, oh my god.
Super impressive. And
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, so much work.
I know.
I mean, it's a long scene, but like not.
Yeah.
You know, it's 10 times.
Oh my god. It must have felt like torture.
Every minute is
Yeah.
100
Yeah.
hours of makeup work.
Yes, right. Yes.
So, no, and I thought that was one of the scenes that was really like, oh, this is so.
Yeah.
Like what I liked about it was like, he's like, because he's so reluctant, Peter Vincent is
Yeah.
so reluctant to take on this role.
Yeah.
And then when it finally comes to him actually killing someone, he's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, he has to sit there and
Yeah.
watch it happen and deal with the fact that he just murdered a teenage boy.
Right. Yeah.
Because he had no other choice.
Yeah. And it wasn't even it wasn't totally purposeful because, he.
Well, right.
It was just reactionary
Yeah,
kind
right.
of. And also how he throws him into the chandelier. Fucking crap.
That was so good.
That whole scene is probably my favorite scene in the
Yeah.
whole movie because I was like, good.
Well, not even
Lord.
and also not even the effects that involved the actor, but the wolf. Like when it's after he impales it and it's on the ground down there, and it's
Oh my god!
looks so good.
so much, and it was I mean, I wonder how many people were crying their eyes out,
Yeah,
this
right.
poor wolf.
It actually was, especially when the wolf arrived. I'm like, it's surprising that there's no pets in this movie
Yeah,
because they always love to do that. Or
Yeah.
it's an easy way to get easy sympathy pull, right? I don't fault anybody for doing it.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
I don't love seeing animals murdered on camera, but
Right.
unless it's sleepwalkers. But I saw a clip also from a panel where it was whoever played the Charlie's mom, Mrs. Brewster. She was like, Charlie's mom is not in a horror movie. She's in real life.
Yeah.
And she's like, and if she says something that's funny, it's just because it's true. The microwave doesn't melt the marshmallow.
This microwave never melts the marshmallows right. Drink that.
Mom, I don't need hot cocoa. I didn't have a nightmare.
Would you?
I kind of wanted there to be a seduction of her. Like that seemed
I
because they
thought
set
that's
it up.
what-
I feel like they were setting it
yeah.
up for that.
But I think that's what.
Maybe that was an intentional misdirect.
Yeah, I think that was the point. Was that it was oh, I'm gonna fuck your mom, and then it was oh,
Even
I
worse.
didn't realize you had a girlfriend. I didn't know you were a virgin.
Maybe I'll do a little. Who knows? But I want to do some thinking about the context in which Bram Stoker wrote the novel, and clearly, with that as the template,
yeah.
there's a lot of. I feel like there's a lot of. First of all, xenophobia.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Implicit, or it's not even implicit, really. It's pretty explicit. If
Yeah.
if you talk about it's a guy who goes from London to Transylvania,
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
Trans.
well, it's not Cisvania.
Exactly.
Since Cis-Sylvania, actually, I guess is what it would be. I don't know what a Sylvania is. Anyway, and just the tropes of I'm gonna fuck your women, the
Yeah,
foreigner who's gonna come and fuck your women,
Yeah, girl.
and they're gonna be animalistic. They're gonna suck your blood.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say, if you wanted to go this route, you could say it's anti-Semitic, blood libel, But yeah, he's always sickly, or not always, but
yeah.
from let's say
Right.
the
Yeah,
film
yeah.
depictions, Orlok or whatever, like Nosferatu is always spindly and pale and anyway. So
Yeah.
Bram Stoker was Irish or Scottish. I think Irish. Anyway, but I only discovered that like last year. I dare you to say something.
I'm trying so hard.
I would recommend. Yes. Thank you for asking. Yes.
Yeah, I think I would too. But probably everyone's already seen this.
Yeah, we're the last people on Earth tonight.
I want to say that I really, really enjoy how little time is given to the fact that Jerry destroys his car. And yes, correct.
Whose car gets destroyed?
Charles's character, his car gets
That's
destroyed
right. He just calls him when he gets home and say like.
No, he says what happens is he leaves his room or whatever, and the mom because the mom's like, oh, I can't get out of my room or whatever, and he runs out and he shuts the window, and as the mom's coming out, and you just hear a bunch of things like rattling. Which just sounds like trash cans getting knocked over. And she's like, what's that?
And he says,
it's just raccoons in the trash. And then he's like, I destroyed your car, by the way. And I'm like, and they don't even show it. They don't even show the car. So, like, it's just a thing that happens. Like, and it's such a throwaway thing. And it's so fucking funny to me that, like, they gave no time at all to it. They was just like, there's your car going in the shitter. Like, whatever. It's no idea.
Charlie, what is going on?
Oh, nothing. I just had a nightmare.
Oh. You know, I had one last night. It was awful. I was at this white sale, and I suddenly realized I was stark naked. Now what is it?
Nothing. Just raccoons in the garbage can. Why don't you go back to sleep?
But, sweetie, what about your nightmare? Do you want a Valium?
Oh, my God. It's in your bowl. It's in your bowl. Look in your bowl. See, I told you.
Tom Holland. It was Tom Holland's car, that Mustang. Tom Holland also wrote and directed Child's Play.
Okay. The same Tom Holland that's Spider-Man?
No, that's Tim Holman. What else? He's got some other ones. Psycho 2, which is presumably pretty good, if you care about such things. Cloak and Dagger. But I guess another reason Sarandon was reluctant to do a horror movie is because he had a horrible time on The Sentinel.
Oh.
And Tom Holland really was first a screenwriter.
Uh-huh.
He really wanted to direct this because he had a horrible time with a movie he wrote called Scream for Help. Yeah. They were directed by the same guy. So I guess they bonded over that.
Yeah. Do you hate this guy as much as I do? Yeah, let's make a movie together.
Oh, The Langoliers. He also directed The Langoliers, as well as Stephen King's Thinner. I was going to say something else. Amanda Bierce. I didn't even say her name. The Gaber from Married with Children is Amy.
Yeah, that was where I had trouble with it, because I'm like, is this what made her realize she was gay?
Yeah, right. I don't know if did you watch that thing I sent you? Where it's like, if you want to watch Ed O'Neill.
I did not, because I don't want to watch Ed O'Neill. Yeah.
I was interested to see her because I hadn't in forever, and she's just the same. And I mean, she's also just, that's how she speaks. So I don't think she's a bad actor, but
yeah,
there's something about her cadence or whatever that feels. I always thought it was just her acting style, but no, that's just the way she speaks.
Yeah.
The car. I talked about the car. You're not allowed to laugh ever. What?
You said car. It was funny. I'm sorry. It's funny.
We get a black cop for one scene, two scenes.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, he's not the black cop from Sleepwalkers. I'll tell you that much. Fine performance, but just I mean, he's a lieutenant, so there's some
Rank.
respectability
He's got
politics.
some rank. Yeah.
Art Evans? He was in Die Hard 2?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, yeah, he was in Die Hard too, but I don't know what his name is.
okay, fine, we can be done.
Do you want to have sex?
Thought daughter? Extra special thanks once again to Champagne is also a band podcast. Please check them out at champagneIsAlsoABand.podbean.com or wherever free podcasts are sold.